Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for mid-May 2022. We're just going to see what is going on for you at this time. There we go, Leo. But let's see here. You start off with this mature woman card. As I always say, I don't attach gender to the cards in my readings, especially when I'm reading for like a ton of you. I really feel this is just you, and we even have the Sun, which is number one, the best card in the tarot, but number two, it's you. So I kind of like that. I feel like a little bit of you are, like holding yourself back here. And I, again, not a criticism here, Leo, but I do feel there's a need for you to kind of like open up. I would say that I feel this reading is like saying don't hold something back. You start off with this mature woman card. Again, there's really nothing to say here. I feel like it's just you. You have the Sun, the Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Sun is a card of happiness, enlightenment, joy, good things coming in for you. There's like something that comes very easily to you as well. He's holding that banner right here, and the point of the banner on the Sun card is the fact that he's like a little baby or child, and he's carrying the banner like very easily. It doesn't look like it's a burden, right? He's just like holding on to it, just there. And it's meant to look like a heavy, banner or flag that he's holding on to there. So I feel intuitively, it's popping into my head that like something comes very easily to you, and it's something that I feel isn't out yet. We have the Sun, Eight of Swords to the Three of Pentacles. And I feel like there's like more that you could be doing. What I would say here, Leo, is that this kind of strikes me as like a talent, gift, skill, or ability, or maybe you have a skill that you are using. Three of Pentacles, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but the Three of Pentacles, there's a fire triangle here and a water triangle here. The water triangle is kind of like the icing on the cake. It's like the extra stuff that guy on the Three of Pentacles could be doing. And I kind of feel that for you, where it's almost like something is being held back here. I don't know. We're going to look into it. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords moving on to calmer shores. Sometimes I think when we do move on to calmer shores, it's like we just want to chill out and stay there for a minute. It's like we try to do things to make sure that we're not rocking the boat. And those are the words that are popping into my head here, Leo. So it's like maybe things aren't perfect, but at the same time, I feel like you're kind of like in this place where you're like, man, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to make things more complex or complicated. I want to, and all that other good stuff. So in a lot of ways, I feel like this Six of Swords is saying maybe that you're kind of like doing things, or, the things that you're playing it a little bit safe. Let's put it that way, right? In some areas of your life. This could be in love, could be in business. For a lot of you, I feel like it's business related for whatever reason. Too many cards of action here. Too many cards of your dream life as well. Knight of Cups mostly. And also the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, can represent your personal vision for your life. Like where you see your life going. Do you, are you there now? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you because I am not you, Leo. But what I would say is like, does your personal vision right now, or what you see in front of you, does it match the vision that you have for yourself? Are there certain activities that you want to do more of? Are there other activities that you want to do less of? Are there, do you have multiple businesses and you'd like to give one more time than the other? I feel this is a balancing act. I even have those words popping into my head. None of these cards would really represent that, but intuitively, that's what I would feel. That's what I feel. I feel like there's kind of like this idea of creating your perfect day, and I feel like that's what you're really trying to do here, Leo, in your first row, is in the whole entire reading. I feel like you're trying to say like, I would love to do this more, and but I want to do less of this over here. But I feel like it's everything in your life. It's like, I feel like some of you could be even like health related. Maybe you go for a run every single day, but you hate running. It's like there are other ways to be healthy, right? So it's like, I feel like there's this like reshuffling that could be happening, or a reshuffling that you would, like to do here. And I would go for it, Leo. I do feel like it's going to take a lot of thinking. You have the Queen of Swords here. So it's like if you're reshuffling around your energy, I feel like you're going to have to think about it. You have this It Is What It Is card here. I feel like this is where you have been. there are certain things that have happened over the past few, maybe couple of years, actually, I would say, or few years. And I feel like you're kind of at this point where you're like saying it is what it is. These are, I'm referring to, what's popping into my head here is things that are outside of your control, maybe like the loss of a person, divorce, anything that you really can't control like that. I feel like you're kind of at this place where you're saying, in those circumstances, in those situations, I feel like you're saying it is what it is. You have the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Cups. I feel that a lot of the situations that you've been through have put you in the Four of Cups zone. Four of Cups is like, he's manifesting the things that he wants, but he feels like he isn't. A lot of people read the Four of Cups as thinking the grass is greener on the other side. But I really don't feel that for you. I feel, again, I've been saying for like the past few weeks that I've been getting the Four of Cups a lot. And to me, it's really more what is happening right now for everyone. I feel like we're manifesting the things that we want in life, but it just doesn't look like it because we're manifesting the ingredients. It's like everybody might be trying to manifest a cake in their life, but you're like manifesting the flour, the sugar, the eggs, all that other stuff. You're not manifesting the cake itself. So it's like we need to put things together. I feel like this is causing hesitation. I feel like it's causing us to feel stuck. I feel like it's causing us to like not know what to do when actually we do. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. We could easily set ourselves free. I feel like your solution is this, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, she finally sees things clearly. And when I put her on the table, she has her hand out to the Knight of Cups. I do feel, for some of you, by the way, that there could be a person who, could help you here. Not just in love, but, I feel like that could be love, but I feel it's bigger than that. I feel like this could be like a business partner coming in for you. It could be just a person you network with or something, or, it could even be like a family member, someone who helps you. And I feel like reaching out to that person, if you have a person like that in your life, that could be very helpful. For others, I feel like she's just keeping her eye on the prize. It's like, look at this top row, Sun, Queen of Swords to the Knight of Cups. That's very positive. And the Knight of Cups, normally he's like looking into that cup. He could be he could be scrying. He could be looking at his future life. The whole point of the Knight of Cups is that he's standing in the desert, but there's water in front of him. He just has to plant the seeds to get moving. He just has to act, Leo. So I feel like you just have to put a little bit of action behind something, and it's going to be much more successful, right? Plain and simple. You have the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles really says teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. I've been encouraging people to work on teams because I really feel we're entering into this time of co-creation where it's like if we're working with other people, we're going to be much more successful. But again, this is like the icing on the cake as well. It's like you have the cake, the ingredients of the cake, you have the icing on the cake, you just have to bake the cake and put the icing on it. So, this right here, there's the Three of Pentacles up here. He's done a good job. It's card of quality work. But this right here, the water triangle says, like, there's maybe like something more. There's something extra that he wants to manifest or create. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. You have the Seven of Swords, which is a card of tactics, It's a card of lying, cheating, stealing. And I always say that, to me, really, the Seven of Swords isn't a bad card. It's like, yeah, it can be a card of trickiness and everything, but it's a golden card, and golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive. So, to me, it's really not that bad of a card. He's also stealing those swords from an army that's in the background here. So it's like he's going to war, but in a different way. And but I feel this is more personal. I feel, could you have been dealing with lying, cheating, stealing? Sure. But as I always say, this is not Kim Kardashian tarot, right? I don't care about the whole drama stuff. There are plenty of other readers that do that. So, go watch them. But, to me, he's doing something tactically. And I feel that for you, where it's like you have this dream. Maybe, again, I really feel the whole entire reading is talking about you wanting to give your energy to different things. It's like you want to imagine your perfect day or whatever you want to call it. And I feel like this is saying if you do it tactically, you will be very successful. So again, especially for those of you that are like working on multiple projects or who have multiple businesses, Always reminds me of one of my favorite people of all time, James Altucher. He has like the 64-4 rule or something like that. I can't remember, right? I'm terrible at math, so don't even ask. But basically, it's the 80% of the 80%. You know, if you know the 80-20 rule, we get 80% of our results from like 20% of the work that we do. He says break it down one more time, which is like the 64-4 rule or something like that, where you're finding the 80% of the 80% or something like that, or the 20% of the 80%. So you're breaking it down even further. And you're kind of like really focusing on what's important. Let's say you have multiple businesses. It's like maybe one does really well, but maybe the 80% of the 80% will make you 80% of your profits or whatever, right? Then you can take all the extra time you have and put it into something else. That was very confusing, but look it up. Just Google James Altucher on YouTube. Look up the 64-4 rule. There are plenty of videos where he talks about it. If you want to know more about it. But I feel like you could be doing that, where it's like you can have your perfect day, but you just have to move some energy around, is what this is saying. And with the sun, you have the Lovers. I definitely feel like love is on your mind, but that's all I feel like saying about it. I'm not saying that there isn't love available to you. I think there's love available to all of us at all times. I think there's love here. You're thinking about love, but I mostly just get questions popping into my head. I don't get anything solid yet. With the Six of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. I would definitely be curious at this time. I feel like curiosity will get you out of this Eight of Swords energy. Six of Swords, Eight of Swords. Again, I feel like, if I were to put myself in the shoes of the person on that Six of Swords in your reading, if I were to put myself in your shoes with that Six of Swords, I feel like I've gotten to shore, but I also feel like I'm just sitting there, maybe I'm having a snack or something, but I'm not really like going and exploring. That's how I feel intuitively. So I feel like it's like things have gotten better. Maybe you're like trying to maintain the status quo, and I feel like this is saying, it's time to like take some risks. And I'm not talking about, uncalculated risk here. We're talking about calculated risk, and so that you can kind of like grow and do some other things. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Hermit. I definitely feel it's time to break free from the Hermit energy, this introspective energy. It's definitely time to go external. We have all this energy in Aquarius, and all the energy in Aquarius asks us to be our own little star, asks us to, put things out into the universe, and that's what I feel like is going on here for most of you. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, you are very passionate about something, but I feel like it wants more food. I'm hungry today, Leo. I feel like something wants more energy, wants more food, and wants to eat. But it could be, for a lot of you, I feel like it's like a passion or a side business or something and wants more. So if you're working on any of those things, that's what's going on here. I do feel like there could be love coming in for you, by the way. Definitely like Knight in Shining Armor vibes, Ace of Wands, passion, new beginning, someone very passionate. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Wands. It's funny that I was talking about divorce, because again, I feel like you've come to this conclusion that certain things, you're like, I don't think you're like, saying like, oh, I'm so happy about this divorce I went through, or I'm so happy about this loss that I experienced, whatever. It could be any type of loss. It doesn't have to be a divorce. It could be the loss of a person, like the death of a person or something to like that. The Eight of Swords being stuck. Four of Wands is complete freedom. Four of Wands is a card of freedom. So it's like you're setting yourself free from the loss of something here, I feel, kind of like intuitively. Four of Wands, of course, is a card of marriage, so there definitely could be love coming in for you. With the Four of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, all the work. It's like, nobody actually wants to bake a cake. We just want the end result, right? We don't want the mess. We don't want to have to do the dishes. I feel like this reading is encouraging you to do the dishes. It's like saying, it's like if you want, there's like an old saying, you have to break an egg to make a omelet, right? Or something. You have to break a couple eggs to bake a cake here, right? It kind of says that, for you to be successful, things have to get messy. And that's what's going on here with the Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands. It's like, I think things have to be a little bit messy to be successful. It kind of reminds me of like modern day relationships as well. One thing I've noticed about modern day relationships is I feel like we enter into them like automatically trying to prevent something bad from happening. So then we create something bad, right? Because we try to avoid conflict, or we try to avoid doing certain things in the relationship, right? So it's like we don't enter into it, willing to get messy, willing to be a mess, whatever the hell that means for you. The problem with that is, again, you're creating the energy that it's going to be a mess in the first place. So I feel like sometimes we have to be messy. Maybe but the interesting thing is, I feel like this is a realization that you are having here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. I definitely feel like you've experienced a heartbreak, but it's not just love that I'm telling you right now, it's not just love that I feel here. I feel other things that have been like a heartbreak, but these are past experiences. Three of Swords says forgive and forget, and it also says that whatever you're dealing with is temporary. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. This could definitely be love coming in for you. It could also be needing to guard your emotions. Pretty much every single sign, sorry, my camera might have turned off, but every single sign that I've read for so far this week, it's been more, or this month, I should say, the mid-monthlies, and very much guarding emotions, protecting your emotions. Three of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. I'm almost positive that every single person has had the Judgment card in the last row. But again, I feel like you're waking up to your true purpose here with the Judgment card, Three of Pentacles. Again, not to talk about myself too much, but it's like, when I started this channel, I was working on like 30 other projects at the time. I kid you not, right? At least. And like, I wasn't devoting like everything, all my energy into this channel, right? I was kind of like spread out in the beginning and doing other things. And it's like, it wasn't until I focused that the channel became pretty much my main focus. I still have other projects that I work on behind the scenes, but they just aren't, well, actually, I mean, some of them do better than the channel, but at the same time, that's not the point. The point is like, this takes up a majority of my time for the most part, right? And, but I like, trust me, if you asked me, 7 years ago when I started the channel, would that be the case? I would say, hell no. This was not necessarily a long-term plan, a long-term goal, but it's turned into a long-term plan. It's turned into a long-term goal. I kind of feel that for you, where it's like something is coming to the front, as they say. Something is becoming more of a priority. So I kind of feel like this shift in priorities for you here, Leo, and it's like starting now. Yeah, you have the Knight of Pentacles. You need to get to work. Five of Cups is like past disappointments. I feel that for some of you, something that's becoming more of a priority or that is taking up more energy, that you're going to be putting more time, effort, and energy into. Maybe there have been losses or things didn't work out as well as you wanted them to in the past. So that's what I'd say there. You have the Empress. It's going to lead to a lot of abundance, whatever this is. I'm telling you right now. For a lot of you, I feel like this is work or business related, and it's like something is becoming a priority. Something is, or it's like one of those things. Again, it's like I have other businesses personally, not just the YouTube channel. But it's like this has become the priority, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like you have something like that. I'm not saying you have a YouTube channel, but it's like maybe you have a job and a business, and maybe you're saying, I'm quitting the job and I'm going to focus on the business. Maybe it's the other way around. It's going to be different for all of you. For some of you, it could be some. I feel like this is really all areas of your life. Again, you're trying. Like, what would your perfect day look like, Leo? If you could do like things, when you wake up, like how do you break it down? How do you want it to break it down? I would kind of break it down. This is what I'd say here, because it looks like that's what you're doing. And you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I mean, you showing up in a very strong position. Queen of Wands says you really have to go for something. If you're going to do this, you have to go for it. You have to do it. And, make your priorities a priority, because then they will be a priority, right? It's a pretty powerful reading. Good stuff. It's going to be interesting. I'm about to do your, next week, I'm going to be putting out the Q3 readings. I can't believe it. And it'll be interesting to see what comes up in that quarter. I think Q3 is going to be like a pretty powerful quarter based off of this for you. But it looks really good. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.